Hey, what's happening everybody? It's Nick Boleta from BoletoBrigade, back with another video. I told you guys, I was bringing 2 videos a week, and what do you know? It's been 5 days, I'm back with another video. So we're going to get into 2 different workout sessions, and as I said in the last video, I would take some time in this video to get a little bit more into exactly what my training program is looking like right now. So in this video, you're going to see some squats, then you're going to see arms, then you're going to see more squats, and then you're going to see some hamstrings. So the way that I've set up my training program right now is, of the big 3 lifts, I'm only really focusing on squats. So I'm squatting 3 times a week. One of them is a heavy day, working up to a top set between 1 and 3 reps, which you are watching right here in this clip. This is my top single from this particular workout, 341 pounds because it was 155 kilograms. And then I do some back down sets. So I think in this particular workout, I dropped the weight 8%. And did 3 or 4 singles, and then I did this AMRAP that you're going to see in this clip right here. So squatting 3 days a week, 1 heavy day. One day is a tempo volume day, which you'll see in the next training day's footage in this video, where I think I did 5 sets of 3 with like a 3 or 4 second eccentric. So I've been doing a lot of tempo squats for sort of my volume day, I guess. Typically I do 3 sets of 5 to 6 or 4 sets of 5 to 6, but on that day I was feeling really beat up because it was actually the day after this footage. And then I have sort of like a recovery day, which is usually like a couple sets of 3 or something, just to get in a little bit more volume for the week. So squatting 3 days a week, and that is my main focus as far as the power lifts go right now. I'm also doing only high bar squats. Now, other than that, I am doing quite a bit of hypertrophy work. So I am training arms, chest, back, and hamstrings twice a week, and then shoulders once a week. So basically, I am doing 2 body parts a day, unless it's a day where I'm squatting. In that case, I will only be doing 1 body part on those days. So for instance, this workout was squats and then arms, and you're watching right now one of the supersets that I do. So I'll talk about that superset a little bit before I continue on with the rest of the commentary. So I start by doing banded push downs from my knees, and then I kind of do a drop set into a standing push down. Obviously, when you're talking about bands, when they are more stretched, they're going to apply more tension, which means you will need more force to overcome it, which is why it's harder. So I start in a more disadvantageous position, I guess, and then I move into an easier position to move the weight so I can get in more reps and ultimately more volume. So that's also what I did with the curls. You can do more weight or more reps standing than you can seated. So I work up to like an 8 or 9 RPE seated or on my knees in the case of the push down, and then I move to a more advantageous position for my strength curve. So these are my tempo squats. So you'll see in this session I did squats and then I did hamstrings. So I want to talk a little bit about the hamstring work because it's something pretty different to what I've typically done. But I've noticed that although my posterior chain is pretty well developed muscularly, it lacks a lot, not necessarily in strength, but in activation. So in deadlifts, I get a lot of my power just from like jerking the bar off the floor. I also just use my quads a lot because I have a lot of forward knee travel. And that's just going to be inefficient in the long run. So I'm really trying to get away from that as much as possible. So I'm doing a lot of good mornings, a lot of leg curls, trying to not necessarily, I mean, obviously I want to build my hamstrings, but I'm really just looking to be able to activate my hamstrings and glutes when it comes to both the deadlift and the squat. I think if I can get those muscles to fire, if I can just learn how to actually feel those muscles engage, I think that those lifts will come a long way. So that's why I have been putting the posterior chain Chronicles in these video titles, or this video and the last one at least, because I'm really trying to bring up my posterior chain. So hamstrings and glutes especially, but also my back. You'll see maybe in the next video I'll have some back training footage. And this day was also the day that I decided to hit shoulders. I did behind the neck presses, and then I did this great, I guess you would call it a tri-set of different lateral raises. So I started with a seated one, then I did standing, and then I did a band. I'll try and get footage of that the next workout because I had an incredible delt pump from doing this exercise. So anyways, that's all the time I have for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.